KE8VZA here. We'll have our lovely announcer come on in about 10 seconds and kick off the pre-net. Please stand by.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
There she is, QST, QST, QST. This is Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, KE8VZA. My personal is Eric, Echo Romeo India Charlie. I'll be your pre-net net control operator tonight for the Beacon Net pre-show. We meet here every Sunday night. The main net's at 10 p.m. Eastern with pre-checks at 9:30. And bonus, we also meet here at the same times, Eastern times, on Wednesday nights. We are on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio, 147 Mark 390 megahertz with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. This is a controlled pre-net. I ask that all traffic pass through net control, yours truly, and emergency or urgent traffic can break in at any time. At this point, I'll take a pause for any such traffic. KE8VZA returning. All right, hearing nothing, let's move on. You can connect to us via Allstar. Our node number is 48496, or EchoLink as well. W8WKY-R is what you'll need to look for. And, yeah, there you have it. So let's go ahead and check in with our net control team, our notorious Mickey Mouse roll call. And we're going to go ahead and start at the top of the list with KE8QKO, who will be our net control at the top of the hour. Nick at Nite, are you out there? How are you? And are you ready for the big show tonight? KE8QKO, KE8VZA here. You out there, Nick? All right, I'm sure he will join us shortly. Let's go ahead and move on down to Dustin, KD8EPC. Are you out there, Dustin? How are you? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight? KD8EPC, KE8VZA. Are you out there, Dustin? All right, let's move down to our next station, KD8SLG, Just Nick. You out there, Just Nick? How you doing? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, KD8SLG. Good evening, Eric, and all the Beacon Edison. I was going to make you call for me twice and really get you sweating, Eric, but life's too short. Let's see if anyone else is in here. Could be just you tonight, man. But I'm here. No worries.
All right, good to know at least somebody else is out there. Anyway, all right there, Just Nick. Good to hear you tonight. We'll clear with KD8SLG. Let's go down and talk to Josh, W8HRF, Field Day Extraordinaire. Are you sticking around for the net tonight, Josh?
KE8QKO, W8HRF. I've got a longer antenna on this Bofang here. It cooked my head. Anyways, I'm out here. Nobody out here but us chickens. Nobody out here but us chickens. We're here. We're going to be around for the full net. Don't you worry. I got a table. We're playing canasta right now, and I got a table full of radio equipment I'm going to play with during the net. So, Eric, I saw you signed up. I don't remember what time slot. Are you coming for dinner? You'll have to let me know. But we'll be here. K8VZA, W8HRF.
All right, Josh, a little canasta and radio testing. Sounds like a fun mix. Yes, I signed up for 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday evening, or Saturday late afternoon there, I guess, early evening, on, I believe it was Yaesu 710, the third radio. And yes, I'm staying for dinner. I signed up for that too. Hopefully that went through. Anyway, there you have it. Looking forward to it. We'll clear with W8HRF. Let's go down and talk to Lucy, KE8YUK. Are you involved in that canasta radio testing melee?
KE8VZA, KE8YUK. Howdy there, guys. I am involved. I won the first round of canasta by a full sweep, which is unusual. Wait, did I go out concealed? Ooh, I might have gone out concealed and that would have upped my score. When I made canastas. Yeah, I think I got more points than I even thought I had. However, the problem is, anytime I win big, Josh comes back swinging and absolutely demolishes any hopes I had of winning the war. So, yeah, Josh is no mercy. I may be married to him, but I knew who I married. But yeah, well, he does radio stuff. I might help him label stuff, and I might work on dollhouse stuff. I don't know yet, but we'll be here for the net. And hopefully we'll be at Winterfield Day as well. That's the plan anyway. K8YUK to KE8VZA. Catch you down the log, and looking forward to trivia.
All right, Lucy, very good. I know nothing about canasta other than it is played with cards, at least. Anyway, good to hear you tonight. Yep, looking forward to field day. Should be fun. Never done a winter one, so it'll be cool. Anyway, we'll clear with KE8YUK. Let's go down and see if Alan's out there. KI5DAY. This is KE8VZA. How you doing, Alan? How's Larry? And I hope Larry's staying warm. And are we ready for alt trivia later on?
KI5DAY. Hey, good to hear you out there, Nick. Eric, yeah, and Nick at Nite and everybody else. Man, just Larry, yeah, he's got a T-shirt that has a hand warmer on the front and a hand warmer on the back, and that covers mostly his little rubber chicken these days. What else is happening? Man, it's been a busy weekend. Kind of a tough weekend, but good in other ways. But we're off tomorrow, so I can kind of recover, and we'll see how everything goes. Still got a little cough this week. Still trying to fight these allergies, but other than that, I feel pretty good. So we'll be here listening to KI5DAY, and I have all tribute.
Hey, about Jimmy, but you better tell us a short time.
All right, Alan, very good. Good to hear Larry's doing all right. And looking forward to alt trivia. We'll clear with KI5DAY. I did copy AF5JB, Matt in Tulsa, short time. We'll get to you shortly there, Matt. Got you on the log. Let's see if I missed anyone here. Okay. That's the end of our Mickey Mouse roll call. Now we're going to go ahead and take check-ins. And let me read off who I have on the log thus far. I got a handful here that I grabbed from the blue screen. First off is WB4AIZ Chuck down in Florida, who checked in and out. I spoke with Chuck before the pre-show, and he says it's kind of balmy down there in Florida, and I offered to trade with him. But anyway, he's in and out, 73 Chuck. Next is AB8MO, Andy. We've got K5CFY Ray in the customary 10th slot here. W3ETB Eddie, KD8OTQ Scott, KE8ZRY Jeremy, N5KBD Pete, KI5TAQ Taco Tim, K6KJV Rev Kev, and AF5JB Matt in Tulsa. All right, let's go ahead and take some more check-ins here. Oh, wait, late breaking check-in. I had KC8FQB. Mark, you're on the log. And so any other check-ins that would like to get on the log for the BeaconNet tonight, I'm KE8VZA, and I'm listening.
KF8FNC short time.
KE8VZA, WA8KOC, Fred in Akron. Good evening.
All right, I pick it up there. We picked up 2 stations. First station was a KF8 station, and I'm pretty sure the second set of letters there, the suffix was Foxtrot, November, Charlie. If you could come back and confirm that, please.
That is correct. Kilo, Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot, November, Charlie. Isaac in Columbus, Ohio.
Thanks, Isaac. Got you on the log, KF8FNC, and you indicated you were short time. I got you short time here. Next on the log is WA8KOC Fred. All right. Any other check-ins before we start to work this list? Please call now.
November Tango 8 Delta, NTAD, Dave and Comley. I'm just going to be listening on the scanner for the rest of the night. Please take my check-in, thanks.
All right, very good, Dave. Thanks for checking in. I got it out. Feel free to recheck if you'd like to. NTAD, there was another station that was right underneath NTAD. If you could please come back with your call sign, and I'll get you on the log.
Kilo 4 FSH, Kilo Oscar 4, Foxtrot Sierra Hotel, David in Mary Heights, Ohio.
All right, KE8VZA returning. I believe that was Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Foxtrot Hotel. Could you please confirm that for me?
Negative. Correct call sign is Kilo Oscar 4, Foxtrot Sierra Hotel, KO4 FSH.
Thanks, David. Got it that time. Kilo Oscar 4, Fox Sierra Hotel. Very good. Got you on the log. Anyone else? All right, hearing nothing. We have 2 short time stations, so let's go to them first. AF5JB Matt down in Tulsa. How you doing, Matt? Do you have a couple comments for the net before we move on?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Good to you and everybody else out on the net. And I had nothing too new, just kind of the usual, just playing the games and doing the laundry and Pat-Van Battle oil and a hamburger and outrun and all that stuff like that. And I think back home and we'll see me for a little while. Had beer when I went to bed. It's my Saturday night, and we kind of took it easy most of the day today. Did a couple of chores, but overall, kind of getting ready for a holiday week. Got a few got a few clouds over the city. It's currently 44 degrees on the dashboard, and Take it back home and all that. So, but other than that, don't have too much else beyond that. It was cold last night here, but it's supposed to warm up a little bit. So, just keep the ice and snow up there. That's all I ask. Hi, but don't have too much else beyond that. Thanks for having me on, and 73. Have a good week and a good, safe evening as well. And thanks for having me on, and until next time, 73. Good to hear you. Back to that control. Until next time.
All right, Matt. Good to hear you tonight. Glad you had a good weekend and you're set up for a good week thus far. Here's hoping you have a good week. Thank you for checking in. And 7-3, we'll clear with AF5JB. And let's go down to KF8SNC. Isaac, I believe you said you were short time. Do you have a couple comments for the net before we move on?
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure. I'm a new ham. I literally got my technician last Monday, so I'm still learning. And I think short time means you just want to say something and then listen for the rest of the time. I got NetLogger going. I'm trying to figure out how to log the contact to show up in QRZ logbook. And yeah, I don't know. I'm learning. I'm having a blast and studying for my general. So I can do some HF stuff, and yeah, I'm just here.
All right, Isaac. Well, hey, congratulations. Welcome to the ham community, and keep on studying for your general. It goes pretty easily if you go for it right after you do your tech, and that's how I did it, and it went pretty well. So congrats and good luck going forward. And this net, we have trivia questions and a few more moments for you to make comments to the general net later on after 10 p.m. Would you like to stick around for that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm here for the duration.
All right, very good, Isaac. Got you on the log, sticking around. Hopefully you enjoy the net. Again, every Sunday and Wednesday nights, 9:30 check-ins, early check-ins, and 10 p.m. The net gets rolling, and net control after 10 o'clock will take some check-ins then too. So if you're not there at 9:30, no worries. Anyway, we'll clear with KF8FNC. Let's go up to the top of our list here. Andy, AB8MO, how you doing tonight, Andy? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
I don't know. If I could talk for 3 minutes, maybe. Yeah, I meant to say peculiar squelch tail. I don't know what you got going on there, Isaac, but it doesn't really, whatever you got turned on there, it doesn't need to be turned on. And anyhow, welcome to ham radio there, Isaac. Glad you got your license. And I guess since you've got 12 minutes to get through about 15 people, I guess I shouldn't talk very long. Bummer. KE8VZA, I'll get it out. This is AB8MO. I'll stick around.
All right, Andy, good to hear you. And we'll clear with AB8MO, sticking around. Let's go down and see if Ray's out there. K5CFY. You out there, Ray? Are you going to stick around for the Beacon Net tonight?
K5CFY, yes sir, I'm sticking around. I'm having a problem with my net logger, but I'm here listening, so I'm definitely hanging around. Back to you, K5CFY.
All right, Ray, I'm sure you'll figure it out. Good to hear you tonight. Got you on the log, sticking around. Clear with K5CFY. Let's go down to Eddie, W3ETB over in Maryland. How you doing, Eddie? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Hi there, Eric. Yeah, I'll be around, probably listening, and I'm with Andy there. I don't know. I started coughing a little while ago. I just couldn't stop, so I had to take a cough drop. And these cough drops that I had, they're very dangerous because it almost went down the wrong way, and I was able to get it up without any problem. But you know, I just a little hesitant about taking another one, especially when you're coughing. You don't want to have a cough drop in your mouth when you're coughing. It's not a good thing. Anyway, I had put a message into the blue screen about the temperature here. I actually checked the temperature again, and it was 31 degrees outside, but it feels like 23. So 9-mile wind, 11-mile gust, and we did get some snow today. I haven't really gone out, and I'm not going out if I can help it, to check to see how many inches we had. I'm assuming that we probably had anywhere from probably a half inch to an inch. But I think it's stopped now, and looking on the TV weather here, it doesn't say that there's going to be any more, so hopefully that'll be it for tonight. And then I can get up in the morning and just try to get dressed real warm and brush the snow off my steps, hopefully. So we'll turn it back to you there, Eric. W3TV, back to net.
All right, Eddie. Yeah, we had some snow earlier this week, like Wednesday and some on Thursday, and then between then and now we got a little dusting around my QTH. Stay warm and watch that ice. Got to stay vertical. Good to hear you, Eddie. Got you on the log. We'll clear with W3ETB. Let's go down to Scott, KD8OTQ. How are you, Scott? And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
Evening, Eric, everyone on the net, and yeah, I should be around tonight for trivia.
Very good, Scott. Got you on the log. We'll clear with KD8OTQ. Let's go down to KE8ZRY. Jeremy. How are you, Jeremy? And are you going to stick around for the net tonight?
Yep, I'm going to stick around. Doing some random things around the house, so I'll be here. I'll be waiting until then. Passing back to you, KD8ZRY.
All right, Jeremy, very good. Got you on the log. We'll clear with KE8ZRY. Next on the log was Pete N5KBD, who asked to be in and out on the blue screen. He might be listening, but thanks for joining us tonight, Pete, 7-3. Next is KI5TAQ, Taco Tim. How you doing, Tim? And are you going to stick around for the net tonight?
Well, good evening there, Eric. Yes, I am sticking around for the net, because I think I am trapped by a Toby. He's right now sleeping on my lap. And we're all keeping warm despite the cold weather outside. This is KI5TAQ.
All right, Tim. Very good. You can keep each other warm there. That's cool. Anyway, we'll clear with KI5TAQ. Let's go down and talk to RevKev, K6KJV over in California. How you doing, RevKev? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Hey,
Hey, Eric and everyone else. This is K6KJV here in Valley Springs, California. No, I'm not going to stick around for the show because I'm sick, and I'm going to take some medication and go to bed, go to sleep. So with that, double D's, Delta and Delta, can never go wrong with a Cornwaldo bean. That's right, they do exist. So with that, God bless, 73 and Maranatha. Back to you, Eric, from K6KJV 99.
All right, Kevin. Don't worry, I'm a believer too. So anyway, sorry to hear you're not feeling. Hopefully you'll be on the mend and be back to normal quickly. And hopefully that clown car is running well here lately with that new engine in it. But anyway, good to hear you, Kevin. Got you down for double D's, and we'll say 7-3. We'll clear with K6KJV. Next is KC8FQV, Northern Mark. How you doing tonight, Mark? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Yeah, Eric, I'm going to stick around, see what all the excitement is about on the big radio show we have coming up in 5 minutes, KCFQV. So, Nicholas, make sure you get everything ready because you got to sit in that seat for a while. So, KCFQV.
All right, Mark, very good. It's an official net. You're here. So we'll clear with KC8FQV for now. And next station is KF8FNC, Isaac, who I already talked to. He's sticking around. So we'll go down to Fred, WA8KOC. How you doing, Fred? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Hey, well, good evening, Eric. Good evening to you and everybody else in here joining in on the net. Everybody's sounding really great. Congratulations to Isaac getting licensed. Excellent. I've got pre-authorization appointment tomorrow for a foot surgery coming up a week from tomorrow. So I've got to be in there at 7 a.m. and it's a hall. So I'm just going to go ahead and be one and done. But thanks for taking my check-in. I appreciate it. I hope everybody else in here has a great time this evening. Good to hear everybody. I'll say 7-3 to you and everybody else. And, yeah, everybody have a good start to the week tomorrow. KE8VZA and the pre-net for the Beacon Net, WA8KOC. Take care, everybody.
Good to hear you tonight, Fred. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully your appointment goes well tomorrow. And, yeah, go ahead. Hit the rack, man. Get a good night's sleep, and you'll be fresh tomorrow morning. But thanks for stopping by. And 7-3, I'm sure we'll talk to you down the coax. We'll clear with WA8KOC. And next on our log was Dave, NTAD, who's out there listening. Thanks for checking in, Dave, 7-3. And I'm sure we'll hear you tomorrow morning on the Barometer Net. Next is KO4FSH. David, how are you tonight, David? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Hey, KO4FSH. I'm doing all right here. Just trying to keep warm like everyone else. Playing a little bit of video games tonight. Yeah, I'm checking out the net for the first time, so I'll stick around for the main net, see what all the excitement's about. 73, back to net.
All right, David, good deal. It's a fun net. I like it. We have two trivia questions, a main trivia and an alternate trivia. And the main trivia is usually radio or somewhat technically oriented. And the alternate trivia can be anything and everything. And on Sunday nights, we have the luxury of our alt trivia master and rubber chicken wrangler, KI5DAY Allen, who usually comes up with some pretty interesting alt trivia questions. Many of them involving a clan by the name of Cornwaldo Bean. And there you have it. So Good to hear you, David. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll clear with KO4FSH. And to all the naysayers out there, I finished a little bit early. We still have, 20 seconds before the top of the hour. And the only station we didn't hear from is KE8QKO, Nick at Night. Are you out there, Nick? KE8QKO, KE8VZA, are you out there, Nick? All right, it looks like Nick at Night may not be out there. So I'm KE8VZA. We'll give one more shout for KE8QKO. Are you out there, Nick? All right, just like the Vice President, when the President's sequestered or otherwise encumbered, we'll have to step up here. So this is KE8VZA. I'll go ahead and take NCO until Nick at Night may join us. So this is the BeaconNet, QST. The BeaconNet is on the W8WKY repeater, and we meet here every Sunday and Monday night at 10 p.m. with pre-checks at 9:30. The W8WKY repeater is with the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association in Doylestown, Ohio, which is a little bit west of Akron and a little bit south of Cleveland. Let's see, frequency 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Allstar Node, you can connect to us that way, node number 48496. Or you can also use EchoLink W8WKY-R. This is a controlled net. I ask that all traffic pass through net control. Yours truly, until Nick might show up. And emergency or urgent traffic, please break in at any time. At this time, I'll take a break for any urgent or emergency traffic. Please call. KE8VZA returning. All right, hearing nothing. We have a pretty full list of check-ins here thus far. Let's go ahead and take some more check-ins. If you'd like to get on the log for the BeaconNet, I'm KE8VZA. Please give me a call.
November 8, Mike Whiskey Sierra, Pete.
Kilo 8 Charlie Whiskey Sierra, K8 CWS, Corbin in Columbus.
All right, let me pick it up there. All right, you picked up November 8, Mike Whiskey Sierra, Pete, and Kilo 8, Charlie Whiskey Sierra, Corbin. Got you guys both on the log. Any other stations before we start the net, please call now. All right, hearing nothing. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll go ahead and read the main trivia question, which I have carefully curated. Here we go. Main trivia. What U.S. city's police commissioner was the first public safety official to use radio-equipped vehicles? It's actually by city. So Alpha, Detroit is the first answer. Bravo, Chicago. Charlie, New York. Or Delta, Boston. I'll take a break and read it again. Which U.S. city's police commissioner was the first public safety official to use radio-equipped vehicles? Choices are Alpha, Detroit, Bravo, Chicago, Charlie, New York, or Delta, Boston. I'll put this in the blue screen in a little bit, and let's go ahead and get the net rolling here. Let's see, let me switch windows. Our first station is AB8MO, Andy. What do you think the trivia question? Oh, wait, back up. Scratch that. Hang on, Andy. Let's go over to Alan, KI5DAY, for our alt trivia question. What do you have there, Alan?
KI5DAY in the net. What do I have there? I've got Spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. Yeah, that's not what I have. I have some alternate trivia. A lot of us have watched a lot of TV and think we know history, but let's see if we know it for real or not. Here we go. In the 1800s, in the state of Massachusetts, yes, Massachusetts, there were over 200 people accused of witchcraft. Of these 200, however, only 20 were actually executed. Although these people were almost all innocent, they were all executed by what means? I'll take a break and reread the question and then give you your options for answers. In the 1600s in Massachusetts, there were over 200 people accused of witchcraft. Of these 200, only 20 were actually executed. Although these people were almost all innocent, they were all executed by what means? Were they executed by A, stoning, as this was an early Quaker tradition, B, public hanging, C, burned at the stake, or D, they were forced to eat the earliest form of the toxic Cornwaldo bean family blood pudding recipe? KI5DAY, I will post this in the blue screen.
All right, Alan. That's a little bit of a creepy question there, but definitely thought-provoking and definitely interesting. Thanks. And we'll go ahead now and go down to Andy, AB8MO. How are you, Andy? And what do you think about those trivia questions?
I don't know. KAVZA from AB8MO. Well, I guess for your question, I'm going to say to Detroit, because I think back about 100 years ago, we'll say that's probably when that happened. Maybe not quite 100 years ago, but Detroit was a whole lot richer than it is now. So they might have been able to afford to do state-of-the-art. And Alan dropped out on my end briefly when giving the answers. I was going to say drowning, but I don't think that was it. That clearly wasn't one of the answers. So we'll do. I'm going to do burned at the stake. How about that? Make steaks out of the witches. How about that? So we'll do air conditioning or alternating current if it's too cold for air conditioning. That's all I got from here, I guess. I don't know who won the game. I looked, and Chicago tied up the game with L.A. in the last, 20 seconds. So it might have very well gone into overtime. I imagine the game's over now, but I don't have a TV in front of me, so I don't know who won. Not really care, but I would be curious, so I guess I'll have to find out. Oh, Josh wants to put a bet. He wants to throw his answers in the blue screen already. Well, fine. You do that, Josh. I'll catch you guys. Maybe I'll see one or two of you guys at Winterfield Day. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the Sarah Canton Club or not. Depends on how I feel. I'm going to have kind of an early morning Saturday already. I got to get up at 7 o'clock and then meet somebody for breakfast before I go do something at church. And then I'm going to go to Winterfield Day after that. So I'm not sure if I'm going to feel like going to 2 Winterfield Days after that. So since nobody's listening to me on the blue screen, I'll just throw back to you to Eric. Good night, all. This is AB8MO.
All right, Andy. I just looked up the score to the game, and the Rams won the game in overtime, 20-17. So the Rams beat the Bears. So there you have it. And earlier, the Patriots beat the Texans. Was that Saturday? No, that was today. Saturday was Bills and Broncos. Broncos won. Okay. Very good to hear you, Andy. Got you down for air conditioning, Alpha Charlie. And we'll go ahead and take a risk there on some AC. Anyway, good to hear you, Andy. We'll clear with ABA to Mo. Let's go down to Ray, K5CFY. What do you say, Ray? What do you have for trivia answers?
CFY in the net. Well, after careful examination of all of the questions and answers, I'm going to go with Bravo and Charlie. So there you go. Y'all have a great day and or evening there, and try to stay warm. We had a cold day today here in Tulsa, but anyway, I'll get off of here and we'll be listening. K5CFY.
All right, Ray. Always good to hear you. Got you down for Bravo and Charlie. And, yeah, you stay warm down there. And 7-3 will clear with K5CFY. Let's go over to Maryland. W3ETB. Eddie, how you doing? And what do you think about the trivia question? W3ETB, this is KE8VZA with the BeaconNet. Are you still out there, Eddie? And what do you have for trivia answers? All right, Eddie may have run down the hall. All right, Eddie, we'll mark you checked out for now, but recheck if you get back to your radio. We'll clear with W3ETB. Let's go down to Scott, KD8OTQ. How you doing, Scott? And what do you have for trivia answers?
Well, good evening, everyone. KD8OTQ. And first off, trivia, I had Alpha and Bravo. And, yeah, not too much. Been going to eat inside. It's quite blustery outside. Going to quarter tomorrow. Good day to have a federal holiday, I guess. And that's about it. So I'll say 7-3 to everyone. And have a great week. KD8OTQ.
All right, Scott, very good. Got you down for Alpha and Bravo for the trivia. Good to hear you tonight. And, yeah, enjoy the day off tomorrow. Sadly, our company reorganized their vacation days, and MLK Day was dropped from the list. So, anyway, enjoy the day. Traffic will be light for me, so there's the silver lining. Good to hear you tonight, Scott. We'll clear with KD8OTQ. Let's go down to Jeremy, KE8ZRY. How are you, Jeremy? And what's new in your world, and what do you have for trivia trivia answers?
KE8ZA, this is KE8ZRY. Hello again, Eric, and everybody on the net. Trivia, get that out of the way. I'm going to go Alpha and Bravo. And what's new with me? Not much. Not much at all. Had a pretty good weekend. Had a family event yesterday. It was my final Christmas gathering of family. Since nobody can get together on Christmas or around them. Glad that's over. Like Scott had tomorrow off. School's closed, so that'll be fun. And trying to get some stuff done around the house. So hopefully I can get that done. As far as the weather goes and such, we might not have school on Tuesday. It's going to be it's not going to cooperate. It's cold enough, they'll close school. So we'll see if I get an extra extended weekend. With that, I'll pass it back to Net Control. This is KE8ZRY from 73.
Very good, Jeremy. Enjoy the day off tomorrow. Yeah, stay warm. It's definitely going to be cold. Yeah, maybe you'll get lucky and there'll be no school Tuesday. We'll see. Forecast looks pretty chilly. So got you Alpha and Bravo for the trivia. And 73 Jeremy will clear with KE8ZRY. Let me identify. I am KE8VZA with the Beacon Net tonight on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. 147 marks 390 megahertz with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're going through our list of check-ins here. And if you're not on the list, don't worry. When we get to the bottom, I'll take some more check-ins. But next up is KI5TAQ Taco Tim. How you doing, Taco Tim? Is your effort to stay warm there succeeding? And what do you have for trivia?
Hey. Hello there, Eric. Efforts to stay warm is succeeding. Trivia answers, I'm going to go with main trivia, A as in Alpha, and alternate C as in Charlie. And that's about all I can say for that. The other thing, too, was for a couple of days I did some loads of laundry, and I might do at least a few more that maybe empty out a suitcase or two. But besides that, I'll send it back to Net and let you get on down the list. This is KI5TAQ.
All right there, Taco Tim. Good to hear you tonight. Got you down for Alpha and Charlie, alternating current. And, yeah, stay warm down there. I'm doing the same up here. It's working so far, but, man, it is cold out. Anyway, we'll clear with KI5TAQ. Next two stations were in and out, K6KJB. Actually, the station after that, AF5JB Matt. We already spoke with Matt. And next up is KC8FQV Northern Mark. How you doing, Mark? What do you have for the net, and what are your trivia answers?
Right, yeah, looking on net water. I heard a Mark, but I didn't know there was another Mark, and I looked there. I'm going to say A, B. A and B. Yeah, I was hoping Andy would have been there. I typed in there. Well, I did type in there. I don't know. I punched it yet. That the 0 and 5. Yeah, earlier it was having, I guess, issues. Some people weren't, when they did the traffic net, they were not coming through clear. But, you know, everything else is good. Yeah, 10 degrees out. I was out in that just tonight. Had to fix a mail box or a paper box. Hopefully, maybe we won't keep losing our paper. Not all the time, but it just depends on which day it decides it not wants to stay in the box. So I went and did a little surgery to it. So let's send it back your way, Eric, KSFQV.
All right, Mark, very good. Got you down for Alpha and Bravo. Good to hear you tonight. And we'll clear with KC8FQV. Let's go down to Isaac. Kilo Foxtrot 8 Foxtrot November Charlie. How you doing, Isaac? And what do you have for the net tonight? And what are your trivia answers?
Okay, so my trivia answers are, I don't remember the letters, but I'm going to say Burning at the Stake and New York. And what do I got for the net? I don't know. I'm new. I'm learning. I'm listening. And, for whoever said the tail of my transmission, they're doing some weird thing. I shut something off on the radio, so if someone could tell me if it went away, that'd be great. And, yeah, I guess that's all I got. Oh, I'm in Columbus, Ohio, and it's 18 degrees. It's very cold. All right, that's all.
All right, Isaac. Yeah, I kind of figured Columbus is going to be cold, too. Got you down for Charlie and Charlie for the trivia answers. And as far as your radio, the tail there's some sort of a at the very end after you unkey. Not sure what that is, but it's still there. I think it was shorter than the first time I heard it. So whatever you did may have had some effect on it, but it's still doing some sort of a screech there. But anyway, maybe Google it with your radio model number. Anyway, good to hear you tonight. And again, congrats on your license. And we'll clear with KF8FNC. Next two stations were in and out, WA8KOC Fred and NTAD Dave. 7-3, gentlemen. And after that, let's go down to David, KO4FSH. How are you, David? What do you have for the net tonight, and what might your trivia answers be?
KO4FSH. Oh, I'm doing all right. Just enjoying listening the answers. I don't have any answers here for the trivia. No comment. Thank you, Nat.
KE8DZA back here. Sorry, Mike slipped in my hand there. All right, David, we'll put you pass on trivia. It's good to hear you tonight, and come back anytime. Monday and Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. the net starts Eastern Time, 9:30 are our early check-ins, and there you have it. We'll clear with KO4FSH, and let's go down to Pete, N8MWS. How you doing tonight, Pete? And do you have some comments for the net? And what are your trivia answers?
Hey, good evening, everybody on the net. It's Pete, N8MWS. And for the trivia, so the first one, I actually oddly know this. It was Detroit. I'm almost positive. I've worked in IT, information technology, for public safety for like 25 years, and I have a lot of friends who work for Staley Communications. I've worked with them, and somehow or another, I think we talked about that over the years, about the first, police car that had a radio. So I'm pretty sure that was Detroit. For the second alternate trivia, I don't know. Everybody knows because of Monty Python that, witches are made of wood and they float. So I'm not sure what that one is. I always thought it was like burned at the stake kind of thing, so I guess I'll pick that. If that was an answer, I didn't write down the letters. So that's all I got. So 73s, everybody, stay warm out there. It's supposed to be wicked cold for the next 24, 36 hours. I'm off tomorrow because it's a government holiday for Mr. Martin Luther King, and so I'm still up playing around in the shop here. I'm actually laser cutting some earrings for my wife, and they've been turning out really nice. So again, 73s, and stay warm. N8MWS back to net control.
All right, Pete, very good. Got you down for Alpha and Charlie. Those were the letters that correspond to your selections there for the trivias. And good luck with the laser cutting. That sounds pretty cool. And I'm sure your wife will love those. Anyway, we'll clear with N8, MWS. Thanks for joining us, Pete, and 7-3. Next up, we have Corbin, K8CWS. How are you, Corbin? What do you have for the net tonight, and what are your trivia answers?
Good evening. Thank you very much. K8CWS here, Corbin in Columbus. What do I have for the net? Well, first want to give a wave to KF8FNC Isaac, who said he's also down here in Columbus. Give him, I'd encourage you, Isaac, look me up. You can usually find me listening on the 2-meter call or 676, the Central Ohio Radio Club 146.76 repeater. So talk to you there. A lot of radio projects this weekend. I was gifted a USDX Chinese clone SDR transceiver, and I've been trying to get that thing to work. It's been challenging, but I'm learning a lot, so that's what's important, right? For trivia, my answers are B and C. Sounds like there's a lot of confidence that Detroit's the answer there, but actually take a second here. Seems like there's a lot of confidence that Detroit's the answer, but I'm going to stick to what I originally said because, that's, I don't know. Maybe I'll get lucky. And yeah, I think burning is a mistake. But anyway, that's all I have for tonight. Thanks so much for running the net. Appreciate you calling on me, and we'll send it back to net control. 73 is all K8 CWS clear.
All right, Corbin, very good. Good to hear you tonight. Got you down for Bravo and Charlie, and good to hear you. And yep, learning. I've been a ham, I don't know, 3.5 years, I think, roughly. Played around with CB before that, but yeah, there's so many things to learn, and you could spend a lifetime and probably not learn it all. But anyway, good to hear you, Corbin. And 7-3, we'll clear with K8 CWS. I added K4OG from the blue screen, and he has to be in and out tonight, so middle mark, got you in and out. And then after that, I picked up Harry, KE8ZZR, who was lurking about the blue screen. Are you out there on RF, Harry? And did you hear the trivia questions? And what do you have for the net?
KE8VZA, this is KE8ZZR. Good evening, Eric, and everybody else that's on the net. Thanks for picking me up. I got in here a little late. Was watching the Chicago-LA game there, so I got a late start here. And I did pick up the answers on the blue screen, so I was lurking in there for the answers, and I appreciate you guys doing that. So my answers are going to be B and C, Bravo Charlie, for both my primary and alternate, and that's about it. As it's been well stated before, looks like it's going to be a cold couple of days here, so everybody bundle up, stay warm, and I will turn it back to you, Eric. This is KE8ZZR clear.
All right, Harry, very good. Good to see you at the meeting last Thursday, and everyone else as well. But good talking with you. And got you down for Bravo and Charlie. And yes, stay warm. I did watch a fair bit of that game between LA and Chicago. It was a pretty good game, and I see that LA won it in overtime. So congrats to them. I really didn't have a dog in that fight. I kind of like Matthew Stafford, but there you have it. Anyway, good to hear you, Harry. 7-3. We'll clear with KE8ZZR. I am KE8VZA with the Beacon Net on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio with the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association. Our frequency is 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're through all of our check-ins thus far. So if there are any other stations that would like to get on the log that are out there, give me a call, and I'll add you to the log. KE8VZA, I'm listening.
KE8VZA, this is KE8MMY. Good to hear you this evening. Chris and Amherst.
Foxtrot 8, Alpha November Romeo, Gary in Wellington. I'll be in and out, 73.
All right, I'll pick it up there. All right, we picked up 2 stations, KE8MMY, Chris, and KF8ANR, Gary. And Gary got you in and out here. So let's go over to Chris, KE8MMY. How you doing, Chris? What do you have for the net tonight? And did you hear the trivia questions by chance? I can have them reread, not a problem. And otherwise, do you have answers?
I have answers. I have good answers. Those cost $1, and then I have correct answers, and those are $5. So you can take your pick between all of those. But I am going to go with number 1. I'm going to go with the Motor City. I almost think that that's more of a car question than it is a radio question, really. And then the other one is, fire cleanses all. So we're going to go with the burning at the stake there. The National Day calendar, you only have a couple hours left to celebrate Michigan Day, Peking Duck Day, the Stars Day, and Winnie the Pooh Day. But if you get ready, tomorrow, of course, is Martin Luther King Day, but it's also Popcorn Day, World Imagination Day. KE8MMY, back to net.
All right, Chris. Well, hey, thanks for the daily calendar update there, and got you down for Alpha and Charlie. And thanks for joining us tonight. Good to hear you. It was good to see you at the Nor's lunch a week ago. And anyway, we'll clear with KE8MMY. And I'm KE8VZA with the BeaconNet here, and I'm looking for more check-ins. If you'd like to get on the log, please give me a call. All right, hearing nothing. Let's go up and talk to our net control team here. And KD8SLG, how are you tonight? What do you have for the net? And I got you down for Bravo and Alpha from the blue screen. If you'd like to stick with that or make any changes, just let me know. Go ahead.
KE8VZA, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Eric, and all the Beacon netizens. Thanks, Eric. Do appreciate it. And yeah, B&A tonight. B.A. Baracus. Mr. T, a pity the fool. Josh has been busy putting together winter field day. Should be a good time next weekend. Don't be afraid to get yourselves signed up for an hour and play with some radio. That's all I got tonight, man. I'm heading off to watch the Game of Thrones spin-off, whatever, Seven Kingdoms something. Anyway, there you go. Thanks again, Eric. KD8SLG, back to net control. Fine business.
All right, Nick, very good. One of these days I'll have to watch the original series, Game of Thrones. It's on some network that I don't get, some streaming service. So maybe I'll have to pony up and sign up for it for a while, watch it, and then ditch it. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, Nick. Got you down B&A. We'll clear with KD8SLG, and let's go down to Josh, W8HRF. How you doing, Josh? How is the Canasta radio testing melee going there? And do you have any comments for the net? And I got you down for Bravo and Charlie from the blue screen, if I read it correctly. Go ahead.
KE8VZA, W8HRF. Good evening, Eric. Fine business on the pre-show and the net tonight. That was, not sure what happened to Nick. Hopefully all's well, but like I said, we talked to him earlier. What else is going on? Canasta, I caught back up to Lucy. She crushed me, and I was at negative points the first game, and then the second game, I came back and crushed her, so I feel kind of bad, I guess. But we're, if we pick back up, we're pretty, we're pretty even. I think, how many points do I have? Hold on. I have like 2,000, it's not up. I have like 2,000, she has like 1,600 or something like that. So But that was fun. We got to spend a lot of time together this weekend. We had a work party, and so it was nice to spend time with her. And we actually dropped the kids off with Grandma and Grandpa for the first time in a very long time because Will is eating solid food, so we could do that. So that was sweet. Let me take a break real quick.
W8WKY.
There's my Node ID. I just want to remind everybody, Winter Field Day, next Saturday. It's going to be a great time. We had our last planning meeting today, and I think things are going to go awesome. I'm going to send out some final announcement emails here for the club, kind of with some directions. We're going to have the talk-in station on the 3.9, so as you're arriving, please throw a call out on the 3.9, and we'll let you know about the parking situation. There is a church up the road if you're arriving on Saturday, so we'll have you parked there, or on Sunday, we'll send out an announcement for Sunday parking. So it should be a really good time. We got 3 stations, 3 India. We're gonna have a face freeze station outside for Oregon satellites. It'll be awesome. So please, Nick and Nite would want me to say, please tonight sign up for meals if you're coming. And you're going to be here for any of the meals. He is going out to buy food tomorrow. So please sign up for meals. We already have almost 20 people signed up, so that is awesome. It'll be a great time. So, and there's still operating slots available, especially for the graveyard shift and for Sunday. So we'll be there till 2 o'clock on Sunday. So. All right, Eric. Thanks for running the net. Thanks for letting me ramble on. KE8VZA, W8HRF. Nice to see you last Thursday.
All right, Josh, very good. Got you down for Bravo and Charlie. And thanks for all you do, setting up Field Day and POTA events and Summer Field Day as well. So anyway, I'm looking forward to Winter Field Day. Since I'm going to be there for a few hours, I'll probably park at the church, and I will stay tuned this week for further parking updates. So thanks for that. And we'll clear with W8HRF. And let's go down to Lucy, KE8YUK. It was good to see you, Lucy, and Josh, and Will, and Betty last Thursday. How are you? And what do you have for the net? And what are your trivia answers?
KE8VZA, KE8YUK. Let's hear it for speakers that don't buzz when I key up the handy-talkie. I want to go with Chicago and Burning at the Stake, which is a terrible way to die. Don't recommend for so many reasons. Always makes me think of St. Joan of Arc because her story is super cool, but also just really incredible that she was as young as she was. So Mark Twain wrote a book about her that was just recommended to me. I haven't read it, but it was really interesting because Mark Twain, I don't believe, was even Christian, but he just had a lot of admiration for Joan of Arc, and so he wrote a book about her. So there's that. Got to spend the weekend both with Josh and also with the kids. But Josh has been very busy prepping for Winter Field Day to no one's surprise. So it's been really fun playing cards, even though he beat me the last round. Bummer. Will is climbing on things. He can reach things that he could not before, and I am not prepared. And Betty is very cute and starting to come up with really quippy things, which is really funny. She was pestering Josh and I think yesterday about where we were going to go. Where are we going? Where are we going? And I said, where do you think we're going? And she goes, jail? So I'm trying to write down all of her quotes as they come up. Not looking forward to the coldness that's the cold snap that's coming up, but very grateful for a working furnace and warm food, and kind of digging into my crafts a little bit more. Betty is very crafty as well, so as long as Will doesn't decide to leave the basement or eat things he shouldn't, we are golden. All right, we will catch you all later. Thanks. I can't tell if I timed out or not. Sorry about that, guys. I know I ramble when it's late at night. So thanks for running the net, Eric. 73s, and God bless. KE8YK, KE8VZA.
right, very good, Lucy. And looking forward to seeing you on field day. And, yeah, a speaker that doesn't buzz. Well, that kind of takes away, some of the nostalgia aspect of radio there, some sound effects and squealing and anyway. Yeah, it's probably better not to have that. But anyway, good to hear you, Lucy. Got you down for Bravo and Charlie. And 7-3, we'll talk to you down the coax. We'll clear with KE8YUK. Let's go down to Alan, KI5DAY. How you doing, Alan? I hope you and Larry are hanging in there okay. And what do you have for the net tonight?
KI5DAY the net. Hey, Andy. Good Lord, I'm losing it. Eric, wow, okay. Hang in there. But anyway, well, first of all, the main trivia is Chicago. I think that was that's my, what else, man? It was kind of a bittersweet weekend. I was asked last week to sing a song and say some words at a funeral for one of my best friends that played music with in 3 bands, and he was also a co-worker at American Airlines, but he passed away. He had left American several years back and went to Spirit Aviation across the way from us, and anyway, he lost his battle with heart problems and passed away, so the family asked me if I would sing a song at his funeral and speak, like I said, so yeah, that was pretty tough. Fortunately, that was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had a that night with my class evenings and helped kind of shake the thoughts of all that off, and we had a good time with Bunko and dinner that night, so that helped. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer deal, man. It was really tough to say goodbye to him in that way, but kind of unexpected as well, so I'm feeling for the family today. But let me let this drop. Anyways, other than that, though, like I said, we had a nice dinner last night. Some Bunko. We play Bunko from time to time with our class. We have a pretty big class of about 30 people. Did some music this morning in my class, and then some choir practice this evening at church, prepping for some stuff in February. So, kind of looking forward to that, but it's a challenge, man. Singing in an organized choir, especially tenor, can be a little rough. But we'll say 73. I'll send it back to you, and I'll be listening. KI5DAY.
All right, Alan, very sorry to hear about your friend's passing, and I'm sure the family appreciated you saying some words and singing. That probably made the service a lot more special. But, yeah, sorry to hear that. Anyway, got you down for Charlie for the main question, and good to hear you tonight, and thanks for doing alt trivia. And we'll clear with KI5DAY, and let's go down. Before we read the answers, let's see if there are any more check-ins out there that want to get on the log and put in their bid for the trivia. So go ahead, any stations that would like to get on the log. KE8VZA here, and I am listening. All right, hearing nothing, let's go up for the answers. I have main trivia. Go ahead and do that right now. So let me flip screens over here. So what U.S. City's police commissioner was the first public safety official to use radio-equipped vehicles? Was it Alpha Detroit, Bravo Chicago, Charlie New York, or D Delta Boston? It was actually Alpha Detroit. Many people guessed Detroit there or answered Detroit. And that's the correct answer. Let me take a break for time, and I'll read you the backstory. KE8VZA returning with the main trivia backstory. In the 1920s, the gangster era, bank robbers and bootleggers made clean getaways time after time. For this was before reliable police mobile radio communications existed. Between 1921 and 1927, radio buffs Kenneth R. Cox and Walter Vogler and Bernard Fitzgerald, all three were Detroit police officers, And they experimented with radio sets they had installed in the back seat of a Model T Ford police patrol car. Detroit patrolman Kenneth Cox, one of the original three, as well as Robert L. Batts, an engineering student, built a stable radio receiver and antenna system. Their successful one-way radio, that's important, one-way radio, coming after years of trial and error, was installed in April of 1928. Critical news of crimes in progress could now be transmitted from the station house to police cars as they drove, and they could stay on top of things. The Detroit Police Department made history as the first to dispatch patrol cars regularly by radio, and many, probably all eventually, city police departments shortly followed suit with their own systems. So there you have it, and then obviously later they transitioned from one-way radio to two-way radio. So correct answer A, Detroit. KE8VZA. Let me take a break for time. KE8VZA returning. I'll put that answer in the blue screen momentarily. Next, let's go down back to Alan, KI5DAY, for the answer for the all trivia question. Go ahead, Alan.
KI5DAY, yeah, the alternate trivia question tonight was in the 1600s in Massachusetts. There were over 200 people accused of witchcraft. Of these 200, only 20 were actually executed, though. Although these people were almost all innocent, they were all executed by what means? If the options were stoning, which was A, the earthquake tradition, B was public hanging, C was burned at the stake, and D was forced to eat the earliest form of the toxic Cornwaldo bean family blood pudding. Wow, it was actually, believe it or not, B, public hanging was the actual way that they did that. As far as the execution goes. I know the TV likes to portray the burning at the stake thing and all that jazz, but sometimes it'll say 19 people or 20 people, depending upon which one you look up. But the people that were executed, that were witches, none of them was condemned to the stake. In accordance with English law, that the people that were convicted were all actually hung, public hanging. So that was the correct answer. If you got that wrong, well, it's because you don't have any brains in your head. No, just kidding. It's just because you didn't know. Hi. KI5DAY. Fun net. Back to you.
All right, Alan. Very good. There you have it. All creepy in my book, but public hanging. Answer, what was that, Charlie? No, that was Bravo for the alt trivia, public hanging. And main trivia, again, the answer was Alpha, Detroit. So there you have it. That is our two trivia answers for tonight. And before we wrap up the net, let's see if there's any other late stations that would like to check in before we close things down. If you'd like to get on the log, please give me a call. KE8VZA here. I'm listening.
So 3 Oscar Uniform Alpha. Victor Echo 3 Oscar Uniform Alpha. Ready.
Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha Tango Alpha, KJ5 ATA, guy from Georgetown, Texas. KJ5 ATA.
This is Kilo Echo 2 Foxtrot Tango Golf recheck.
All right, let me pick it up there. All right, we picked up 3 more stations. Victor Echo 3, Oscar Uniform Alpha, Rudy. KJ5, ATA, Guy. And KE2, I believe that's Foxtrot Tango Golf, Michael. Got you all on the log here. Let's go up to Rudy, VE3, OUA. Hi, and what do you have for the net tonight?
Hello, guys. I don't know what to have for that. I'm here for the first time. Just came in since you were asking for seconds. I thought, I would say hello. I have a trivia question, he answered. That was a trivia question, definitely. Anyhow, if there's a question, if you pass me the question, I'll see if I can answer. Please go ahead.
All right, Rudy, very good. Thanks for joining us tonight, and come back anytime, 7-3. We'll clear with DE3OUA. Let's go down to Guy, KJ5ATA. How are you, Guy, and what do you have for the net tonight?
Yes, hello, network. Oh, yeah. Detroit, yeah. Cops. You know, I gotta say, you know, I'm trying to feature flatfoot cops. There's in Model A Fords and radios and such like that. You know, it's what's it? Keystone Cops. I can remember an old thing like that. It was some sort of movie or like a video cartoon thing. I don't know. They were made back in the 30s or 20s, or I don't remember. And anyways, and there was second question. Yeah, it makes sense. Hanging of the witches. Oh, golly, that sounds horrible. Ignorant people in them days. Anyways, it's got to be cold up there in Ohio. It's cold down here in Texas. And colder than I'd like it. So anyways, I'm going to throw it back to network control. All I can say is I'm feeling for you up there. So, okay, back to network.
All right, Guy. Well, hey, thanks for joining us tonight. Yeah, it's cold in many places in the country right now. Up here at my QTH, I have 15 degrees. And I know there are some other stations in Ohio here that are on the net right now that are a little bit colder. So there you have it. Yep, it's a cold one. Stay warm, Guy. Thanks for joining us, 7-3. And let's go down to Michael, KE2FTG. How you doing tonight, Mike? And what do you have for the net?
Hello, Net Control. This is KE2FTG. Mike, I'm calling in from Boston tonight, where it's been snowing all day. We got to watch the Patriots in a kind of blizzard. They pulled it out. I don't have too much else. I'm just visiting here and caught the net tonight and wanted to say hello. I might have voted for Detroit, but that would have been a guess. And that's about it. Back to you. KE8. PZA, this is KE2FTG.
All right, Mike. Well, hey, thanks for joining us all the way from Boston, and it's good to hear you tonight. Yep, your guess would have been correct there. And Detroit, first one to have one-way radio dispatch in cars. I'm sure that was useful having nothing. At least they could tell the cars where to go. Yeah, definitely a step up in the right direction. Good to hear you, Mike. 7-3. We'll clear with KE2FTG. Let's make this last call. Any stations wanting to get on the log, please give me a call before we wrap up the net. KE8VZA returning. All right, hearing nothing. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. This brings us to the end of the net, the Beacon Net. And just as a reminder, the Beacon Net meets at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday nights and Wednesday nights with early check-ins at 9:30. And we are on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. And frequency is 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And you can connect to us via Allstar. 48496 is the node, or EchoLink W8WKY-R. Thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight. And don't forget the barometer net on this same repeater, Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m., an ungodly hour. That net takes place. And we have different net control stations on different days. And let's see, what's our other net? Our Tuesday club net, same repeater, at 8 p.m. on Tuesday evenings. And there's a trivia question during that net. And before the net, there's the ARRL Newsline plays. I think that starts at 7:30 Eastern, but the main net starts at 8 p.m. So anyway, good to hear everyone. I'm KE8VZA, and hopefully everything is okay out there with KE8QKO, Nick at Nite, who is our normally scheduled net control station tonight. I'm sure everything's fine. He must have run into some technical difficulty there. Hopefully the smoker is okay. Let's hope for that, because that's a critical element of Winter Field Day coming up, right? Anyway, thank you, everyone. KE8VZA, and I return this repeater to normal and open amateur use.